Aloha, folks, and welcome to part three of our, series of iron videos. Okay, so first video we spoke about club heads, how to choose the right club head. Second one, we talked about lie angle. And now we're going to speak about shafts. All right, so how to select a shaft. Basically, you are looking at two different types of materials, different weights, different flexes, and even different amounts of torque, different kick points. Okay, so if you folks are what gearheads, techies, I don't know what you call it, but then you probably know all of this stuff. This video is not for you. This one is for, the guy who just plays or doesn't focus too much on all that technical stuff, but just, goes out and hits the golf ball. Or if you are not, you know a little bit about it, but you maybe you don't know a lot. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about it today. Okay, so steel shafts. Now, pretty much you have heaviest weighted steel shafts come in at about 130 grams. Lightweight steel shafts are under 100 grams. And, in between there, you've got like 120, 110, 105, stuff like that. But anyway, and steel shafts typically available in variety of flexes, soft, regular, stiff, extra stiff. And there's so many different manufacturing companies. You have shafts that are stepless. In other words, they don't have these bumps or these ridges, these steps in the shaft. They're just one taper. Or you have shafts with step patterns, or you have some that are even like micro tapers. And then you have graphite shafts. Graphite is, obviously it's a composite material. It's made of carbon fiber, and it's lighter weight. So typically most of your graphite shafts you're going to see under 100 grams. And they are designed to help you to swing the club and get greater club head speed. And usually for a player that maybe is not quite as strong, that's not always the case. I have a very good friend that plays with graphite shafts, and he's very strong. He just prefers it. Yeah, so you have to determine what type of shaft you want. Some of it is preference. Most of it is in performance. You're going to be able to determine the best shaft for you by, again, getting fitted. So go and see your local PGA professional or your local club fitter and have them go ahead and fit you for a set of irons and, help you to select the proper shaft. But I think if there is a general outlook or rule of thumb, you want to probably swing the heaviest and stiffest shaft that you can comfortably load and swing. So that, because this is the best analogy I can think of. If you have a rubber band, and it sounds crazy, but if you have a rubber band, and say you have 3 rubber bands, one is a very, very thin rubber band, that's very flexible. Another one is medium, and then the other one is really thick, right? If you are strong enough to take the thickest, heaviest rubber band and stretch it as far as it can possibly be stretched, then let it go. That rubber band is going to explode and fly farther and more powerfully than the medium or the thin rubber band fully stretched and unloaded, okay? And same thing with golf shafts. The stiffest shaft, if you can load it up and release it through the golf ball, it's going to produce the most power. It's going to have the most explosive qualities. I don't know. It's going to, or effect. It's going to boom. It's going to hit the ball really hard, really far. Now, don't make the mistake of going ahead and getting a shaft that's very stiff, thinking that that's ideal, because if you cannot load it comfortably, I mean, like on your best day, swinging as hard as you possibly can, you can load it. That's not what you want, because if you're gonna try that hard, you're probably gonna be very inconsistent and very ineffective. So the idea is to get the stiffest shaft that you can load while swinging comfortably, okay? Also, you want to get the heaviest shaft that you can, again, swinging comfortably, because if it's too heavy and you have to work too hard to swing it, you're gonna start having swing flaws. And again, that's gonna lead to inconsistency and ineffective performance or poor performance. So you get the heaviest shaft that you can swing comfortably. And why? Because it has stabilizing qualities, you know. Just a good example is if you have something, oh gosh, what? Like something that's very light and you're trying to, you know, swing it or I don't know, perform a motion or an activity with it, it's hard to keep it stable. But if you have something with a little more weight to it, then it has this, I don't know what the proper term is. Maybe it's moment of inertia. I don't know what it is, but it has a stabilizing quality to it. That is such a horrible explanation, but I think you understand. So you're gonna get the club that is the stiffest and heaviest shaft that you can get, or the shaft that is the heaviest and stiffest that you can comfortably swing, and that is going to produce the most powerful and most stable performing shaft that you possibly can use in your irons. My gosh, hopefully that makes sense to you. And you know, this is probably something that you cannot determine on your own, because you know, we all have biases and we all get emotionally involved when we are making such decisions, and it's very hard to be objective. So that's why it's good to go and get someone to fit you, and they are going to be very objective and help you, or help provide you with information so that you then can make a good buying decision. Hopefully that makes sense. If it didn't, leave me a comment and say, do it again. And I'll make this video again, but I'm kind of like a one take wonder. I do not like doing them over and over again and editing. So like I said, if this didn't make sense, leave me a comment and say, hey man, go do it again, and I promise you I will go back in and cut this one again. But until then, that's it for this week. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you did enjoy this video, or you find these videos to be helpful or at least entertaining, and that will help me to continue making them. Okay, appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Aloha.